Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to MEIOU and Taxes 2.01 with me, your host, Luckymarine. It is a mod for base game EU4. So it doesn't matter how many of these DLCs you've been duped into buying, as long as you have the base game EU4, you can download this mod and it will work just fine. How do you download it? I hear one of you cry. Well, it's here. You go to your mods, or you go to the workshop. You type in MEIOU 2.1, 2.01 even. You subscribe to it. It'll do the like little downloady thing down here. You go back to your game, press play, and in the initial box that pops up, there'll be a mod tab. Go to the mod tab, click the one relevant to MEIOU 2.0, and then when you load into the game, it'll look like this. And it's good. It's really good. It's I'm not often a big fan of mods for games like CK2, EU4, that kind of thing, because the game's already hard enough without muddying the waters of my brain with bits and pieces that aren't relevant to stuff that you see on the forums. It's a bit like somebody with half of these DLCs trying to talk to someone with all the DLCs and them just not understanding each other because one game is entirely different to the other. Anyway, what does MEIOU change? It would be a shorter list to give you a list of things that it doesn't change. But let's get amongst it, shall we? Who do we start as? Well, we start in the year 1356, which is what, 90 years before the start of normal EU4, and we also finish in 1856, which is a good period of time after normal EU4 finishes. So you got what, 500 years worth of game time, with lots and lots of stuff that happens in that period of time. Who are we going to be? Who are we going to be? What will show off the mechanics of EU4 MEIOU and Taxes? Naples might be a nice one. I did try Milan into Italy, but in 500 years I'd just about taken the whole of Italy and the majority of France. And that was about it. That was about it. It's not a quick game. I'll concede that. There's no world conquest attempts. That's a lie. Apparently there is somebody who has done a world conquest, but it's not that kind of game. But it's good that it's not that kind of game. It's fun. And it's fun for longer than EU4 is fun for. Which is a weird way of saying it, I suppose. Should we start in India? Maybe. Now if you're looking at this little star here, it's this is common to the people in the region. So the countries in this region will have the same Indian communitarian family, or whatever it is. And then in a different region, you'll have a generic idea of a familial system. And then does it work in regions or does it work in areas? Because I'm fairly certain the entirety of the British Isles has authoritarian. Nope. Is it region? Liberal. I don't know. This one might be country to country. I think the first one after the star is regional. So bonus idea for all the British Islands. Everyone in the British Islands has the same second maritime travel. Transport cost minus 10%, which isn't good. Same in Iberia, they have the infantry combat ability. It's not a massive number, and they don't get any benefit from it by fighting each other, because they all have it. The only... Alright, okay, Portugal doesn't have it. The only way the combat ability becomes apparent is when, obviously, they might fight Portugal, or Granada, or up into France and his minions. Which is pretty cool. So Portugal, what do you have? Morale of navies. Nearly vomited all over myself there. Milan, what do you have? What did you have? I played the game with Milan. Milan into Italy. It was cool. Yearly papal influence. It's not as good as you think, the yearly papal influence, because you're trying to expand it into Italy. The Pope man, who's actually in Avignon at the time, as was historically accurate. The Pope man doesn't like you. If the head of the church doesn't like you, then you don't accrue papal influence. Who should we start as? Poland, maybe? Hungary? Novgorod? Denmark? England themselves? I don't want to be doing anything here because I'm exhausted with doing stuff here. I've done the Mughals, I've done Mamluks. We're going to be doing Cradle of Civilization in EU4 around this area. I'm done. Mali, what about you? Should we do Mali? They're going to be mega behind on tech. Just Castile. Should we do Castile? Yeah, for the purposes of this, we will just do Castile. We're already at war with Aragon and Trastamaria in what I believe is the War of the Two Peters. I think Pedro, Enrique, Pierre. Pedro and Pierre, yeah, War of the Two Peters. So let's do that. Castile, in your own time. Go on. We can't be Iron Man mode obviously because the mod we use changes parameters beyond just graphical or musical. The music for this is really nice. I like it. It's almost, it sounds a EU4. It's pretty much a classic as soon as you hear it. Missing localization. Oh no. Could offer Genoese merchants a range of advantages in our home ports. Genoa's opinion of us changed by minus 10%. Access to Black Sea restored happens. While this will reduce our trade power there, it will allow us to benefit from their advanced economy. And they will be more likely to support us in our conflicts with Aragon. Yeah, go on then. So, immediately at war. At war with whom? Aragon, Sicily and Trastamaria. But Genoa's on our side. It looks like they have a decent navy. They might be able to run blockades for us. Best thing we could do with our ships would be probably try to lump them up with the Genoese fleet. Let's go to... Oh, we can't. The estates haven't been formed yet. It's a weird thing with the estates. The estates are here. Don't click anything over here. The estates sort themselves out. Leon. Yep. We'll make you into a proper territory. Proper state. Form alliance with Portugal. Is that going to be a thing? I don't think we can do it whilst we're at war, can we? Oh, we can. Okay. Portugal. All the tags. Rejected our alliance. Yeah, I didn't think so, because we're at war. So why did you give me the option to... I don't know. Merchant. Let's send you out to Do we collect? No. Let's transfer from you. That's you dealt with. We will build a spine network in Trastevere. And we have lots of decisions. Resurrect the Roman Empire, form Spanish nation, request promotion to empire. Can add a policy of stuff. We might want to do this at some point. Production, tax, national manpower, not really. Production and tax, how much money are we making? Full maintenance, decent amount. How many people can we support though? 23. Well, let's at least get some more. Right. They're going to be needed. We don't have a leader. We have Peter, I think. And Beatrice. Great. 1-year-old Beatrice. Well, he has the pips in the places where it counts. So, put you in charge there for the time being. Let's bring you down here to group up with the rest of the men. And let's focus military just for the moment. If we can pop up to the next military tech whilst we're in this war, it'll give us some big bonuses. So what's different in this mod? Everything, everything, everything. Toledo, it now has population instead of development, and you want to be protecting your population as much as you can. Now the blue forts, the blue forts are built by your estates. Our estates haven't arrived yet because the mod people. Usually I go no North American natives. However, from Spain we may end up doing the colonization game, which will just make it too easy. So we'll go with North American natives. Got a decent computer. We should be alright. It does chug. Think late game EU4 when things start to chug. It's a little bit like that in this game. Yeah. There's lots and lots and lots of things going on in the background. What the fuck? Play as Trastevere. What? Peter of Castile was the last king of the Borgona dynasty. He married 3 women by deserting each in turn without divorcing them. He was controlled by his mother and spent part of his reign in prison. From 1356 onwards, he spent his reign engaged in combat, in constant wars. The War of the Two Peters was Aragon, sparked by his support of the English against Aragon of France, and then the Castilian Civil War, in which his bastard brothers rose up against him with Aragonese support. In the end, he was betrayed and murdered, leaving the throne to the house of Trastevere. In MEIOU and Taxes, it used not to be recommended to play Castile during this time due to the mechanics simulating the fall of Peter. The mechanics changed, but Castile may still have a really hard time. Players wishing to play as Castile may still want to consider starting as Trastevere instead. So, what? Who are we speaking as? We remain loyal to Peter despite his disloyalty. Who was he disloyal to? Who am I? Who are we? Who is she? No, I don't want to play Trastevere. Why do you think I chose Castile, fools? Well, yeah, I've not played Castile before, so I don't know what this event is. I'm gonna have to in the break go play as Castile again and take the other option and see what happens. We'll remain loyal for now. Now, looting policy. This is what pops up as soon as war is declared at war on you, or you declare war on someone else, it gives your army orders on what to do with provinces. Now, if we were to go to war with France, then I would probably strongly encourage looting. It's far enough away that the trauma caused by us looting them, there'll be almost no repercussions. However, because we are looting things on our doorstep, if this province has a famine, it could spread into our provinces very, very quickly. And famine is horrific. Famine is... what's our income right now? If you want to negate famine, you're talking thousands and thousands of ducats. And at this kind of income, I mean, it does scale with the size of your country, but it's still pretty horrific. You don't want famine at any point. There are a few buildings that will combat famine to an extent. Allows you to move food around just that little bit better. The warehouse district allows you to move food around from region to region just that little bit better. Lots of buildings. We'll look at that in a bit. So I'm going to go for strongly encourage. No, I'm not. I don't want to be restricting looting to the point that we lose morale. So I'm going to go middle of the road. No buffs, but no nerfs. Let them loot. Oh, so this is why. I think this is why it wanted us to play as Trasmaria. The Trasmaria is the darker coloured kind of yellow. Oh, I see. Can I not stop you from building? No, because I don't have control of you. During the past century, the Castilian nobility have time and again actively tried to interfere with the succession of the Castilian crown, and have not flinched from allying outside powers. A new such battle seems to be brewing. It's weirdly written. A new such battle seems to be brewing, and the succession is again in question. The legitimacy of the current heir is being questioned by some leading nobles who would prefer a relative of the king aligned with an Aragonese crown. Meanwhile, the supporters of Beatrice Potter are making overtures to the Portuguese crown in order to secure the position of their candidate. Things are now splintered into open conflict whilst we're already at war. Thank you very much. Stabbing in the back. It seems increasingly likely the faction without royal support will attempt to put their candidate directly on the throne, rather than queue for it. Some parts of the nobility remain undecided yet, and some have chosen to make use of this opportunity to press test against perceived infringement of their old rights in general. Lose to stability. Now, with our stability, you can't just click your way out of trouble with stability anymore. Yeah. So losing stability, it's a bad thing. But let's support our child. 4 pretender rebels in Badajoz and Caceres. If we can get there. Badajoz and Caceres. So here. We'll move down to what's going to be the best terrain to fight in initially. Doesn't matter. Alright. So we'll go to Badajoz. And then click this. Lose 20 legitimacy. Will bring us closer to Portugal. Still don't want an alliance though, don't they? Bastards. Nope. Come on, die. No, we have to squish this guy first. Important news only in terms of religion, I think. Yeah, that chug that you just saw there was the estates getting themselves together. So, burghers are in charge of Toledo because they have been in relation to the rural population, the urban population is quite high. However, everything depends on your rural population. Everything. The rural population, 8 rural population, will make enough food for 8 rural population. However, because the farming efficiency is 40%, they'll make 8 worth of food plus an extra 40%. And the extra 40% will support these people and these people. And if there isn't enough food generated from these to support these and these people, then they will ship the food in from the surrounding region. Where's my region map mode? I should have it already put on. So from the surrounding region. So anything in here, actually I think it's anything in there. They'll do. I don't know whether it's in the area. I don't know whether it's in the region. I have looked on the forums, but people seem to get area and region kind of mixed up. And so, but you get what I mean. You don't have to. Provinces aren't isolated. Things can be moved around and shipped around as long as you've got enough food being generated. So here, where you have a farming efficiency of 35%, 9 rural population, they could support more than just 1 urban population. The extra food from here is probably getting shipped into Toledo to support the 5 pop there, etc., etc. So famine, poor weather is a bad one as well. Plague is a bad one. You want to be supporting. You want to be protecting your population as much as you can. Anyway, let's go. Aragonese involvement. Pro-Portuguese faction. So we're fighting Aragon. So we're fighting Aragon. But they've supported the Portuguese person who we're kind of playing as. So they've given us manpower and military. Alright, we're only going to use that military power against you. And we have a luxurious court. I'll show you that as well. Now that our estates have been done. Nope, they haven't been done just yet. You've got burghers, you've got greater nobles, you've got lesser nobles. You haven't got any church people. They're not a thing. More for that, no thank you. And you have the last one that will spawn in about a month's time, and that is the state. And that is the estate that we play as. Greater nobles and lesser nobles, could you contribute to our war effort? Partial military support will give us 3 units. Full military support, they'll lose 10 loyalty, but they'll give us 5 units. Right, lesser nobles, how about you? Not really. What about burghers? War relief brings our monthly war exhaustion down. That's a big one. War exhaustion is big in this game, in this mod. Financial support. Don't think we need financial support. I will go for war relief though. If we can have this ticking down, as we are now, having it done. Yeah. The higher our war exhaustion, the easier it is for them to get through our forts. Let's go put down these noble rebels. River flows between Sevilla, Cadiz. What about Cordoba? Cordoba. Yep. Lucinia. Yep. Yeah, it's a river crossing wherever we go. Oh well. Put your man pants on. Oh, come on. Oh, alliance from Portugal. Portugal has offered the alliance. Foreign troops intervene. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate again. Will you, game, please stop. We gain a claim on that one, okay. Form alliance with Portugal, good. Diplo at +1, 15 Diplo power, love it. And we've got defensive planner, which is fort defense +5, which is brilliant. How is fort defense on you? How does fort defense on you relate to our country as a whole? Because this is our leader. This is our illustrious leader. Let's have a little look here. I can't see 5%, so how would it show itself? How would this 5% fort defense show itself? I don't know. Solidify papal relations. Go on then. Wow, we've got lots of diplomats. We'll use one of those diplomats to cut 25% off our stability increase interval. Go to Avignon and improve relations with Mr. Poppyman. Morale of armies, mercenary cost. All the advisors have more than one modifier. I've seen 4. I've seen 5. I think. Wonder if I can find one of them. 3 is the most that we can see here. There's 4. I think I've seen one of them with 5. It starts getting a bit weird, but yeah, it just shows you the amount of modifiers that you can have. Well, armies, Miltech cost, I think we'll go for that. And I'm waiting for the estate, or the state estate to pop up. Lost the Siege of Lyon. And even more foreign troops. It shall be retaken. Now, autonomy isn't a bad thing. Not really, because you don't lose money. Although, gaining unrest in Lyon, it's in the hands of the enemy at the moment. No, we'll just lower the taxes. Also, we'll pause this because who decided... Who decided to create some dude there? I know, some random. I wonder if we can get you home. I don't know, I doubt it. Why is our force limit? Right, stop all of these building. Hopefully we get some money back from them. I don't know why random troops started building. Sometimes your estates, if you're at war, will just start churning out troops. And it's really weird. Here we go, the state. This is us. Stability and national thingamajiggy. So we get 14 points per year. To get to the next stability increase threshold, we need 100 points and we have 10. So you can figure out how long it's going to take us to get to 200 points. Now that knocking of the 25% off stability increase interval. I think that applies to your yearly multiplier. You can get events that will give you block numbers of stability points. I think the reward for this, no. Some of the rewards for the missions are like 50 stability points, which can be nice. So, and that's how our stability goes up. That's the only way our stability goes up. However, we have a war to win, but that will be in the next episode, ladies and gentlemen. That has been 30 minutes. It's been a bit weird. I didn't realize we were going to get thrown into war and then get asked if we wanted to switch countries and then end up with pretender rebels and then lots of other stuff and things. Anyway, I'm Luckymarine. You as always have been amazing. Join me next time for more from MEIOU and Taxes 2.01. Until next time, do take care.